They say, deep in the shadows, hollows of the Appalachian Mountains, something watches, something ancient, something cursed. Locals call it the Wampus Cat. Long before settlers came, when only the Cherokee roamed these lands, the tribe spoke of a woman, curious and defiant. She wasn't content with the old ways, especially the rules that women could not attend sacred tribal rituals performed by the medicine men. So, one night, she cloaked herself in the skin of a mountain cougar and crept silently into the woods, hiding in the bush to spy on the ceremony. But the spirit don't take kindly to trespassers, and neither did the shamans. They saw her, they cursed her. In an instant, her body twisted, her bones cracked and reformed, her face stretched into something no longer human. She became part woman, part beast, trapped forever between two worlds, a creature of fury and sorrow, the Wampus Cat. They say she still roams the dense woods to this day, a sleek cat-like figure with glowing yellow eyes, stalking the edge of firelight, watching, and if you're alone and you hear something hiss your name, don't look, don't run. Pray she doesn't make you for one of the men who cursed her. Because once the Wampus Cat has your scent, you'll never leave these woods alive. Well, what do you think? Just a scary story? Or something real lurking in the forest fog? Let me know before she finds you. In the quiet hills of Tennessee, near the edge of the Appalachian region, lies a story buried in time. A story of a spirit, a curse, and a family that would never know peace again. It all began in the early 1800s, when the Bell family moved into their new home near the small town of Adams. Life was quiet at first, peaceful, until the whispers started. At night, voices echoed through the house, soft, mocking. Furniture's moved on its own. Shadows danced across the walls where no light touched. And then the daughter, Betsy Bell, began to scream. Something was attacking her in the night. Slaps, bruises, hair ripped from her scalp, but no one was ever there. The spirit grew stronger, bold enough to speak. It claimed to be Kate Batts, a neighbor who believed she was wronged by the Bell family, and she had come back for revenge. The entity terrorized them for years. No priest, no prayers, no medicine could stop it. And in 1820, it finally fulfilled its promise. John Bell was found dead, a mysterious vial of black liquid beside him. The spirit confessed to poisoning him and laughed as his family wept. Even now, the land is said to be cursed. The Bell Witch Cave near the old homestead remains untouched by time. Visitors report cold hands grabbing at their ankles, disembodied voices calling them by name, and some leave with scratches they can't explain. They say the Bell Witch still waits there, watching, listening, and if you speak her name too loudly in the dark, she might just follow you home. Have you ever heard a voice whisper when no one was there? Or maybe you already have. Let me know in the comments before the Bell Witch gets curious about you. September 12, 1952. A small town in West Virginia. A flash of light tears across the evening sky, fiery. Fast and silent, it crashes into the woods near a place called Flatwoods. What came next would haunt the town forever. 3 young boys see the object fall. They rush to tell a local woman, Caitlin May, and together with a few others they head into the woods to investigate. What they find was not a meteor. They smell sulfur. The air is thick, burning their eyes and throats. And in the clearing, standing nearly 10 feet tall, was something. A towering figure with a spade-shaped head, eyes glowing bright red, its body metallic, mechanical, wrapped in folds of green. It hovered, not walked, above the ground, and when it hissed, they all ran. The witnesses were shaken, some too sick to speak, others burned. The military arrived within hours. They closed off the area and said nothing. Officials called it a misidentified meteor, but the townsfolk know better, and they remember what they saw. They say the Flatwoods Monster wasn't just a creature, it was a visitor, and maybe it never left. Some nights hikers report strange lights in these woods. Animals go silent, batteries drain, and in the mist, 2 glowing red eyes stare back. So if you ever find yourself in the hills near Flatwoods and the sky goes quiet, don't look up, don't follow the lights, just run before it sees you too. So what do you think? Was it alien or hoax? Or government cover-up? You decide. Just don't stare too long into the dark, because something might already be staring back. In the small town of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, a legend was born. A shadow with wings, eyes like burning coals, and a message that no one understood until it was too late. It began in November 1966. 2 young couples were driving near an old World War II TNT plant, abandoned, crumbling, forgotten. Out of the darkness it appeared, a towering winged figure with glowing red eyes and a wingspan nearly 10 feet wide. It followed the car, hovering, not flapping, and kept pace at over 100 miles per hour. They sped back to town, trembling, telling everyone what they saw. The local paper ran the headline, "Couples sees a man-sized bird, creature, something." Over the next year, more sightings came, dozens, all describing the same thing. A silent figure standing on rooftops, eyes that glowed, even in pitch black, wings that spread wider than a man is tall, and always the same feeling, pure dread. But it didn't stop there. Witnesses reported phone calls filled with static and robotic voices. Government agents, men in black suits, started showing up, asking strange questions. Some believed it was a warning, an omen. Then, on December 15, 1967, the Silver Bridge collapsed. 46 people died. And just like that, the sightings stopped. Many believed the Mothman wasn't a monster, but a harbinger, a messenger of tragedy. Since then, Mothman has been spotted before other disasters. The Chernobyl meltdown, 9/11, the Fukushima tsunami, always seen in the shadows, just before the world falls apart. So if you ever visit Point Pleasant and you see something on the edge of a bridge, watching, waiting, don't look into its eyes, because the Mothman doesn't just see you, he sees what's coming. So what do you think? Is the Mothman a monster, an alien, an angel of death? Whatever it is, it always arrives before disaster. So tell me, if you saw the Mothman, would you run? Or would you listen? Deep in the forest of West Virginia, where the trees grow thick and the air smells like damp earth and something rotten, a monster roams, a creature locals call sheep squatch. Standing over 7 feet tall, covered in white dirty fur, with curled horns like a ram, claws like a bear, and a face not quite human, not quite beast. It smells like sulfur, it growls like it's choking on blood, and its eyes burn yellow in the dark. The first reported sighting go back to the 1990s in Boone County, West Virginia. A hunter saw it drinking from a creek, its back hunched, fur matted, its tail long and rat-like. When it noticed him, it let out a bone-shaking scream, stood up, and ran, but not like an animal, like something angry and wrong. Others say it chases vehicles, appears at the edge of campsites, leaves deep claw marks on trees and the sides of trailers. One man swore it stalked him for 3 nights in the woods, always just out of sight. He woke to his tent slashed, hoofprints around his fire, and the smell of burning metal in the air. Some believe it's a government experiment gone wrong. The area is littered with old Cold War bunkers, chemical dumps, and radioactive zones from the TNT era. They say the sheep squatch is the result of exposure, mutation, rage. Others think it's something far older, a nature spirit, twisted by hate, a guardian turned predator. Whatever it is, it doesn't want to be seen, and it hates being followed. So if you're hiking through the Appalachian woods, and the forest suddenly goes quiet, and you catch a whiff of sulfur in the breeze, you need to leave, because sheep squatch doesn't want you. It waits and then it pounces. They laughed when they first heard the name, but they stopped laughing when they saw the tracks. So tell me, if you heard something breathing outside your tent tonight, would you unzip it? In the remote Blue Ridge Mountains of North Carolina, there's a place the local warns you about. A place where the light plays tricks on you, where ghostly orbs float above the trees. And if you stare too long, you might not come back the same. They call them the Brown Mountain Lights, strange glowing spears that appear, silently hovering over the mountains. Red, blue, white, flickering like lanterns with no fire, no source, no explanation. The earliest stories go back centuries. Cherokee warriors spoke of spirit lights, souls of the dead who never found peace. Others believe it was the ghost of women, still searching for their husband, who never returned from battle. In 1913, a woman vanished near Brown Mountain, but her body was never found. But a week later, a group of campers reported seeing a light in the exact same spot, floating silently, then disappearing without a sound. The next night, they heard something calling their names in her voice. Scientists tried to explain it away. Gas pockets, headlights, swamp mist. But those who stood on the overlook at night, they know better. The lights move with purpose. They watch, and sometimes they follow. In 1965, a hiker reported being led deep into the woods by one of the orbs. His friends found him 3 days later, barefoot and shivering. He had no memory of where he had been. Just one thing he kept whispering: "The light wanted me to stay." People still go to Brown Mountain today, hoping to see them. Some bring cameras, others bring offerings, but a few never come back. So if you're ever standing on the ridge and you see a ball of light rise from the trees, do not follow it. Don't speak, and whatever you do, don't let it touch you. Some lights guide you home, others lead you somewhere darker. So tell me, if a light rose from the woods tonight and called your name, would you follow it? The Appalachian Mountains are more than just trees and trails. They're haunted by whispers, shadows, and things that were never meant to be seen. From cursed spirits to glowing watchers in the night, these hills hold secrets that stretch back centuries. But this is not the beginning. There are still stories left to tell. Creatures you haven't met yet. Legends that still walk these woods, waiting to be remembered. In the next video, we'll go deeper into the darkness, where witches feed on children's livers and shadows crawl beneath your skin. So, if you think you're brave enough, don't forget to subscribe, and whatever you do, do not turn your back onto the mountains.